next student we have Sally Soupston. Sally?
Howdy, y'all.
Hello,
Guys,
Sally.
Sally Soupston. Hello.
Howdy.
Look at all those soups.
I am the biggest soup fan. In fact, I'm trying to sell my 2011 Campbell's tomato soup. I found this today while I was cleaning out the pantry.
2011. And from which region is this soup from?
Well, I'm going to assume America. Campbell's.
An American 2011 Campbell's soup. Tom.
Did you know you can buy gallons of soup on eBay?
You can?
Yeah.
Tom, I literally have to go to Vaughn's or my local lake market every week just to restock on soup.
Wrong.
Because it's all I eat. Breakfast.
Wrong. I'm about to blow your mind, Sally. Oh. You're in...
Enlighten me. What? Go on about this.
Please, Tom, you're keeping us all in suspense.
I posted it in the chat, and I forgot that you guys might not be able to see this. You can get over 2 gallons of world champion soup and chowder.
Holy moly.
You can get those for $60. You can get several gallons worth of soup for pennies on the dollar. And you know what, Sally? I wonder if you could maybe trade your can of soup there for other cans of soup.
You know what? I came in here thinking I was trying to sell my soup, but now I'm gonna, after this, I'm probably gonna go and buy some gallons of soup. I even dyed my hair to look like my favorite bowl of tomato soup.
Now that looks real good.
But I guess I can throw in my favorite soup bowl. I'm eating some vegetable soup right now. Explains my soup apron.
Is that an apron you wear only while eating soups?
Damn right.
Huh.
It's usually my Saturday nights consist of, it's not Saturday, but they usually consist of me eating soup, any soup I find in my drawers or whatever I keep them, and I put my apron on and just eat soup.
Sorry, Sally, you did say you eat soup for breakfast. Michael, have you ever had a soup for breakfast? I've had a gravy, but gravy and soup seem a little bit different.
Gravy is like the cousin of soup, so technically it's soup.
Oh,
right.
So what I do is grab a clam chowder, crack open an egg in it, stir it up. You got some breakfast chowder.
Wow. That's
just
breakfast chowder. That I imagine there's someone who would consider that a good pre or post workout meal. Thick, hot
maybe
clam
like
chowder with an egg, a raw
egg.
It keeps it consistent.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I never find in clam chowder. I never find a consistent clam chowder. You got to put the egg in there and thicken it up, I guess.
You get protein and a good breakfast. It's a win-win.
I feel like we would be remiss to not go through every meal and see what the best soup for that time of the day is. So breakfast soup is clam chowder with an egg.
Yeah.
What would be a good lunch soup?
I like to keep it plain, so maybe like some tomato soup. Yeah, tomato soup. Listen, also here's a trick. Sometimes I go to the store and they're out of tomato soup, and if they have an expired can, I still use that. I'm sorry, I tend to go on tangents when I talk about soup because my love for soup is that powerful. Just plain tomato soup though for lunch. For dinner, I would say maybe some chicken soup. Throw in like a little bit of Monster, and you're all set.
My God, is this an evening where you plan to stay up late? Is that why you're pouring Monster?
Damn right, yeah. It's like, again, it keeps you energized, and not only are you getting the protein, you're also getting some caffeine. Now, some people would be like, why can't you have that for lunch? Well, you can, but personally, I like it for dinner.
Now, is the Monster being introduced to a dinner soup? Is that compensating for some kind of lack of a balance of nutrients from eating a whole day's worth of soup and nothing else?
Yeah, it can be. It's like, you know how some people have meal replacements, like with coffee?
Of course.
It's like a non-meal replacement, if that makes sense, because you're adding the monster. That's my philosophy. Now, it can be confusing, and it is, but soup.
A Monster. Now, do you drink Monster at any other time of the day besides dinner?
Oh no, that's crazy. Just with the soup.
But what about, I mean, there's breakfast Monster. You know, like besides coffee, there's Java Monster. You could drink that with your breakfast clam chowder. Would you consider doing that, or is it just for the soup dinner times?
That's actually a really good idea, Tom. I think I'm gonna add that to my notes later. I like to switch it up. So lately, I've been doing like orange juice with extra pulp with my breakfast chowder, but I might do some hot water or Monster now.
What's going on with your dad?
There's a lot going on.
Please.
So
Just get right to the heart of it, Michael. Just go in.
everyone asks me this question: is it obvious that I have abandonment issues?
Well, you have a fully stocked pantry behind you, and it looks like there's some kind of a plexiglass over it as to not allow escape of the supplies.
Right, and soup is one of the meals that even a dad who's not around can make for you. You can make soup in the absence of a dad.
Y'all caught me. So I never really, come out of my comfort zone. But since
You've been asked this question before, you said?
Yeah, I usually dodge it, but I feel like now it's time for me to explain. So like I mentioned, I have abandonment issues, and so soup has always been my comfort food since that's all I know how to cook.
Yes.
But not only is it the only meal I know how to cook, it's just so yummy because there's so many different types of soups. Every culture has a soup too.
That's true. I am half Cuban and half Mexican. In Mexico, we have a beautiful, delicious soup called albondiga soup.
Ooh.
And if you go to a white person Cuban restaurant, they'll give you cold black beans and call it soup in the water.
See, anything can be soup.
Yeah.
I can literally toss in hot water, throw in random stuff I have in my fridge.
Oh my gosh!
So easy.
You
One
just remind.
time-
Oh, go ahead, Tom, please.
I was gonna say one time I was a little behind on a gambling debt, and a bookie I used to run around with and give some money to. He made me drink scrapings off the bottom of his boots that he had mixed with motor oil and pureed and then heated, and he called that soup. He called that punishment soup. That was
punishment.
anything
Oh
can
my
be a
God.
soup.
I know what he's talking about. I've had punishment soup before in grade school.
You've had
Michael, I'm
something.
gonna let you take that one.
It was surprisingly good. I'm not gonna lie.
Tom just described an intimidating person, forcing him to ingest motor oil and whatever crud is crusted upon thine's boots. You've had something similar in a grade school setting?
In grade school, you know how back then they would hit you with a ruler? For us, they would just sit us in the corner and make us eat the soup.
Sally, I just realized you seem so familiar to me and I couldn't quite place it. Did you have a teacher in grade school who was real tall but sort of gangly like the Slender Man, but also not a man?
I think I know who you're talking about. There's two of them. No, actually, there's just one. Sorry, wrong.
Yeah.
I've had a great handful of bad experiences with teachers. Do you remember the name? Because I'm thinking about Mr. Johnson.
Well, he went by Cleven.
That name sounds so familiar.
He also went by Destroyer.
Yes, yes, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, that's what I had him saved in my phone as.
Yeah. So, oh my God, wait. So you know him too?
He's the one who gave me that punishment soup.
Oh, there's so many people who do the punishment soup thing, so I get lost.
Man, your teacher was my bookie.
Oh my God, it is such a small world.
Wow.
It is such
Small world.
small world. That's crazy.
I haven't been able to say it's been a small world in 90 years.
Oh.
Wow. Sally, you just gave me a very human moment tonight.
I'm glad. And you know how you should end your night?
How?
A nice bowl of hot soup.
God, I got to figure out what country I'm in so I can get some soup.
You can make it yourself. Or if you have any motor oil laying around.
I mean, there's duster, like keyboard duster. Can I make that into a soup?
That's good. I consume that all the time in the office.
Oh, all right. Well, Michael, I'm going to go see if I can find some keyboard duster to turn into a soup.
Oh, I hope
you want to
make sure you have a nice soup bib too.
I'm going to look for that. Michael, can you say goodbye to our friend Sally while I investigate for some duster?
Yes, Sally, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I just hope somebody can buy my nice candles.
Yeah, I think if you list it on there on eBay and you put the year and the region, I think you'll be fine selling it. I can't guarantee you'll be fine in general, seeing as what you've shared about a teacher who, you know what?
It's okay.
I've been trying to reduce everyone to their traumas and their bad experiences, and I'm trying to move past that. So
yeah.
Sally, your disposition is beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm honored to have you on here, and I feel like I've learned so much from you about soups, about surviving and flourishing. So thank you very much.
You deserve a nice bowl of tomato soup. I'll send you some.
Please do. I have a P.O. box, and it is a 12 by 16, so most soups will fit into the P.O. box.
Oh, perfect. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us again, Sally. You have a wonderful, beautiful night.
Thank you, Sally.